Okay, all you A-day people, you're doing another day at home this week. So today we're going to start to work on our test essay. This section of study, we've been working on the Articles of Confederation being our first American government and being too weak and not working very well. We strengthen that up with a new government under a new document called the Constitution, which has three branches of government and makes the government much stronger. But people are still very worried about a government that's too strong, so we studied a third document which limits the power of that government. That third document is called the Bill of Rights. So today you're going to start working on an essay that is your test on this section of study. Not doing a multiple choice kind of test or true false. We'll let you do some writing so you can prove to me that you have learned what you are supposed to learn in this section of study about a more perfect union. So, what I'd like you to do is you're going to scroll down on our daily workflow to Thursday, October 15th, where it's called The More Perfect Union. And our LEQ is Why Did America Need a More Perfect Union in the 1780s? Well, the way you'll complete this essay is to open this template that will help you create that essay. I'll explain to you a little bit what you're doing. And if you're saying, what? How do I know this? Well, this is what we've learned the last couple of weeks. So by doing the lessons at school and at home, and also by completing your LEQs, watching Ed Puzzle videos, participating in class, then you've learned the material that we're after today. They're going to load a test called Constitution More Perfect Union. When you do this, of course, it's a couple of steps, but we've actually practiced this with everybody in class already just to make sure this will work and that I can see your answer as it's developing. Okay, there we go. So we're on a more perfect union test. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so we can see it better. Okay, so what we're doing here is we have learned about why America's first union under that Articles of Confederation is just not very good. So you're going to answer this question in some detail here. Why did America need a more perfect union in the 1780s? Revolution's over and we win. Our first government under the Articles of Confederation, though, is just too weak. We've learned some things in class and at home about how we know that. How do we know that Articles of Confederation government is too weak? What are some of the problems? Yeah, you can throw in some of the good stuff like the Northwest Ordinance and things like that. Uh, but we're really kind of focused on the weakness of the Articles of Confederation. So use the materials you have in your AC notebook, some of the printed sheets we've done in class, the LEQs you've done at home, some of the activities you've done at home, the Ed Puzzle videos, and that'll help remind you of how we know the Articles of Confederation is too weak. Then we're going to move on to another good paragraph explaining how the new Constitution was created to be stronger, yet still having power divided between the three branches. A paper you have in your notebook that'll be super helpful to you right here is that federal government chart showing that the Constitution is the document where all the power of the government comes from. But then that power is divided up into an executive or legislative branch, an executive branch, and a judicial branch of government. Well, that's all good, except not everybody likes it. They still think the government's going to be too powerful and too strong. So that led us to studying the Bill of Rights, a list of rights that everybody has. We talked about a lot of these things in class on Wednesday. You watched a video, an Ed Puzzle video on Tuesday. And, we're going to be the Supreme Court a little bit also to kind of show how the Bill of Rights protects the rights of individual citizens. Some people didn't want to accept that new Constitution until it had a specific list or Bill of Rights. So that's our assignment here as far as completing our test on the more perfect union. Let me encourage you to be sure you use your own words and your own writing. You do not want to copy and paste off somebody's website. Will Mr. Clark know you're doing that? Absolutely. And you won't receive credit for that. So make sure you're writing in your own words, your own phrases, using the material we've learned in class. And proving to me that you have learned well. I know you have because you've done some activities in class and at home that have prepared you for this. So here's the time. Sometimes on your sports team or your dance lessons, you practice, 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 and then finally games begin, or the recital comes, or the show, or whatever it is. That's the time to perform. Well, we've been doing a lot of practicing. Now's the time to perform. show me how good you are. All right, that's our plan for your more perfect union test.